Hello everyone, welcome back to the War Room. In this after report, we are going to be looking at Savo Island. This is going to occur in Hex 1134, which is in Guadalcanal, and so the Japanese forces have left Rabaul over here, and they have entered into this area to attack the U.S. forces there. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, this is not a learning game, so I'm going to kind of fly through this. I'll explain a few things, and then move on from there. We're not going to be using the map. In fact, we're going to be using the naval combat display for this entire mission. The conditions are it is night. The Japanese have full surprise. Okay, and because it's night in a restricted hex, I'll show you what that is here in a second. It will be short-ranged. That gray, bluish area around Guadalcanal means it is a restricted hex. And I'll explain myself as I go, but again, this is not a learning game. We're going to look at the Japanese display. All right, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. And remember, it is an engagement scenario, so we're only using the bottom of the phase track. And we're only going to be using the naval combat cycle. Now, naval combat determination has already been in the Japanese favor of a surprise. We're going to go through naval combat 1, 2, and 3, and that'll be the end of this scenario. In naval combat 1 and 2, because it's a surprise for the Japanese, they are only going to be able to, won't be the ones to attack. All right, no one else is going to be able to attack. Let me just go ahead and set this up just a little nice. All right, so in the first naval combat segment of this game, only 4 units can be brought in for the attack. So obviously the Japanese have 4 guys only, so all 4 will enter this fight. All right, and I'm going to flip them over to their gunnery side, and I will explain that really briefly what that is in a second. The Allied have to get rid of some guys, so we're going to take all the damage dudes here and get rid of them. All right, so the objective of the Japanese is to put 4 hits of damage onto this amphibious ship without losing more than 2 of their own units. If they lose 2, they're going to be gone. Okay, I should rephrase that. The Japanese will lose if they lose 2. They can only afford to lose 1 guy. They already have Takao, which is already damaged. All right, let me go ahead and set the Allies to their gunnery sides as well. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of torpedo markers. So really quickly, the gunnery side is as follows. The numbers at the bottom from left to right: short range, medium range, and long range. We are doing short range because we're in restricted waters at night, so we have to be short. The T2-1, that's torpedo range short and medium, respectively. And some of these guys are already damaged, which will take away from those values. So, for example, Takao is a 5 with 3 hits. He'll only have a hit level of 2. Some guys like Benson here are 4, and he only has a short range of 2, which means he only has 0. He can still fire, but he has to roll a 0 on his die to do any kind of damage whatsoever. Kent, he has a T0, so he can still fire, he can still hit, it just has to be a really good shot. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up our naval combat, and all we need is this section right here, and I'm going to fly through this as we go. All right, so the first round of combat, the Allies cannot fire back. Neither can they do that in the second because Japanese have surprise. In the third, they'll be able to. In the second combat cycle, the other 4 ships will have to enter. So the amphibious will not be protected anymore. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to aim for the Northampton with all my ships here. No, I'm going to do 2 and 2. I'm going to do Tenru, and I'm going to do Takao here. And for Otaku, they're going to go after Northampton, and these guys are going to go after the New Orleans, excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and roll. Aoba first for New Orleans. Roll to 7. That's going to be definitely a miss, 3 and 3, and I rolled a 4 through 9. And after I do a couple of these, I'm going to fly through it, because again, it's not a learning game. Now I'm going to do the torpedo, which is a 2, right up here, 2. 2 and 2, very nice. We go all the way down to the torpedo combat, that's 1 hit. All right. And what's important about this is that I'm putting hits on these guys for the purposes of when it's time for them to fire, they're going to have less chances of hitting me. So Tenru is a 1. Let's roll him. He rolled a 3, which is definitely a miss. We're going to hit again for the torpedo. He did a 2. So let me flip it really quickly. He's got a 2 and 2. So another 1 hit to the New Orleans. Very nice. All right. For Ataku versus Northampton, it's a 5. It's a 3. It's definitely going to be a miss. Basically, if you go past the actual modified strength, you're going to miss it. So it's kind of easy to remember. 2. He rolled a 6. That's going to be a loss for the torpedo. Takao is going to fire, and it's a 3 minus 5. Or 5 minus 3, excuse me. That's going to be a 2. Let's roll. He rolled an 8. That's a miss. And rolled an 8 for the torpedo. So that's going to be nothing. Whoops. Huh. Let me undo that. Let me flip it. Very good. All right. Okay, well, let's go to our display. We're now to the second cycle. Now the rest of the allies have to bring in their ships, and the most important one is the amphibious. So I'm going to designate all 4 to attack the amphibious ship. It's important because I need 4 hits. So that's a requirement. So let's go ahead and start with the Aoba. All right, just going to roll a 0 for a, ooh, I love it. And rolled a 1, so there's no critical hit. That's okay, but the 3 and a 0, that's going to be some good damage. And we're going to go all the way down to here, short range versus naval, which is 2 hits. So that's good. 1, 2. All right. We'll also fire the torpedo. 0 again. Wow. 5, no hits, but we're going to damage it. So 2 and 0. That's going to make us destroy it. Okay. Hit. I didn't know I was going to roll so good because I designated all these guys to hit him. They all have to hit him. So let's go with the Tenru. Rolls a 7. It's a miss. Rolls a 4. That's going to be a miss for the torpedo. All right. 3, 7. Torpedo is a 2. Rolled a 0 and a 1. All right. And that's definitely going to be a 2, 0. And that's going to destroy the ship. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove the amphibious assault. I'm going to go ahead and not fire my torpedoes. I'm just going to fire my gunnery. I'm not even going to roll for them. I mean, I could, but he's gone. 1 and 1. Wow, some good rolls. So they're all going to go into the amphibious. They're all going to sink the ship. So we're good here. Naval Combat 3. So now the U.S. player is going to be able to fire at us as well. So let's go ahead and start. The first thing I'm going to fire is I'm going to do Adoba and Tenru against the Kent. And I'm going to do the Northampton, Furutaku and Takao against the Northampton. Now, at this point, it doesn't matter if I hit them or not because it's simultaneous. So it won't matter. But I'm going to try my best here. Let's go ahead and do the Aoba, which is a 5. That's going to be a miss. And a 1. That's also a miss. All right, let's do the Furutaku, which is a 3. That's a 4. It's going to be a miss. The torpedo is a 2. And he hits on the torpedo. Delete. 2 and 2. That's going to be 1 hit on the Northampton. All right, let's do also Takao, which is a 3. I'm sorry, it's a 2. Does not hit. And the torpedo is going to be a 1. If I'm going to win this scenario, I got to have at least 3 ships standing. So the first thing I'm going to do is Benson has to hit on a 0, so we'll go for Takao. Nope. So he misses. 0 for Atlanta. 9. Gone. Northampton. He hit once, but it's a simultaneous, so it's still a 5. So he's going to hit 7. Nope, that's not going to be good. Yep. All right. Hampton does not do anything. All right. Bagley needs a 2. Takao. We're going for the Takao. Ooh, it's a critical hit. Nothing happens, but he's got a 2 at 0 at short range. All right, it's going to be a 1. So Takao gets a hit. And let's go for the torpedo, which is a 5. Very good roll for that. Oh, doesn't do anything. Wow. All right, I'm shocked. New Orleans, we're going to try and go after 1, at least 1 here. All right, so 3 and 2. We'll give him the advantage. So it's going to be short range. It's going to be 1. All right. It won't matter. The Kent, we need 1 more hit. So let's go ahead and roll. Nope. And the torpedo. Nope. And finally, we need a 0 for the Perth. Perth also has a torpedo, so we'll go ahead and roll for both. Misses for the gunnery, and 4 misses for the torpedo. And that's it. So the Japanese win. They put on at least 4 hits on the amphibious. They actually sank it. And they still have at least 3 ships up and running. So that will be the end of this particular scenario. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to learn more about this game, guys, please reach out to me either on my Discord channel or on comments for YouTube, and then we can set something up. I enjoy teaching these games. I learn as I teach as well, so I'm always available to set something up with you guys and go over these big games with you. So have a good day, guys. Appreciate it.